Welcome into another edition of BamaCentral Three and Out with Joey Blackwell and Tony Sukalis. I'm Katie Wyndham. We had 8A on Saturday, which marks the end of spring football for the Alabama Crimson Tide, but it may not signify the end of the transfer portal opportunities for Alabama. One player that we're kind of keeping our eye on is wide receiver Tyler Harrell from Louisville. And Joey, he has some things that are really valuable that he could be bringing to the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, one thing this wide receiver unit for Alabama is kind of lacking compared to the past few years is speed, and that's exactly what Harrell brings to the table. In high school, he ran a 4.41 40-yard dash, and now he's knocked off. From what we've heard, he's knocked off about 0.2 seconds, somewhere around a 4.2. So he could bring a lot of speed to this Alabama wide receiver core, which is something that, like I said, they've been lacking and something they could really use heading into this next season.
Yeah, I mean, look, this would be the obvious replacement to Jamison Williams. You'd allow that deep play threat. Tyler Harrell is a guy that averaged 29 yards a catch last season. Only had 18 catches, but I mean, 29 yards a catch is absolutely outstanding. It would allow Alabama to keep the same receiving dynamic that it's had last year, because you would think that Harrell would kind of fill in for Jamison Williams while Jermaine Burton would kind of take that John Mechie role. And then you'd have a better supporting cast around those two, because I mean, no offense to Slade Bolden, but I think that the people like Ja'Cory Brooks or maybe an Aaron Anderson or a JoJo Earl, those are going to be more talented receivers than a Slade Bolden. So if you were able to kind of like not have a drop off between your first two, which in this case, I think that would be the case, the overall receiving core would be better because the supporting cast around those two would be, a more talented bunch. So this could be a game changer for Alabama. I still think that Jermaine Burton can provide the deep threat that, Jamison Williams was, but they're not a like for like replacement the way that Tyler Harrell would be for Jamison Williams. So I think this would be a huge addition for Alabama.
And we saw last year, how quickly Bryce Young was able to build a relationship with Jamison Williams and the chemistry they had kind of on the field. And so, whether Alabama adds another receiver this summer or not, we know that Bryce Young can develop with him pretty quickly. And we've also already seen this spring what he's been able to build with Jermaine Burton. But, no matter what, you still have the Heisman Trophy winner under center. But it certainly wouldn't hurt the Crimson Tide to get some more weapons on the outside. This has been another edition of BamaCentral 3 and Out. Thanks for watching.